given an overview of how do we creating a web application, how to use React in existing application. I given an overview. Have you tried? Able to do that? Right? Everything working fine? Right? So we discussed about creating an empty web application. In that web application, we used only one page using React. Right. So yesterday we designed this application. So here, this is our project, React web app. And in this, I showed you both techniques of how we do in React 17 and in React 18. And here what we are doing, we are using CDN links. We need React and React DOM. By using the CDN links, we are using React. Generally, CDN means every time you need to connect to internet in order to test every example. Right? You can download these three libraries offline and you can use them in any page instead of using CDN, right? That means actually what you can do is, yesterday example I showed you how we can keep a CDN, right? Now suppose how you can download. You can download React and Babel library. So using package manager, npm package manager, because already we installed Node.js. We discussed that Node.js is used for as a package manager, and we can install through that. And remember, version to version library names will be little bit changing. So you need to mention the version numbers and all. Sometimes if you have any confusion about the library names and all, you can visit the official website npmjs.org. In this website, you can search for which library you are looking for. They will give you the installation process for that library. Because even I showed you here how to install. Sometimes in another version, it may change. Then we need to get updated with the latest things that you can get from here, right? Actually, two libraries we need. What are those two libraries? One is, means what you have to do, how to download. You have to go to open terminal in your project. That means this is the terminal. We have to open terminal. Where is the terminal? Terminal menu, new terminal. So here, when you are trying to install any package, some people may face an issue due to the package manager. I will tell you how to resolve. Sometimes when you are trying to run command here, it will say not recognized, or it will say some error in the command. That is because sometimes your terminal, this is actually command prompt. When you open terminal, you see right side, there are terminal related options. Here in the options, there is an option called PowerShell. Whenever you open, generally it may come with PowerShell like this. That means you may get PS. So avoid using this because this requires separate installation. Right? If PowerShell you have to use, make sure that you have complete installation of PowerShell. PowerShell is same like command terminal only. So PowerShell needs separate extra plugins. Some people, they try the commands here and they fail in execution because PowerShell is incompletely installed. So don't use PowerShell. Change the PowerShell to command prompt. So command prompt is clean for everybody. So how to change? Right side, you click on this drop down. There you will find an option called command prompt, and you can open this in command prompt. After opening in command prompt, you have to just run the commands. What are the commands now? You see npm install react. That is one. How many libraries we need? Three libraries. What are those? React, React DOM, and Babel standalone. Babel has so many libraries. Again, we need Babel standalone. That means React npm install React. And when I hit enter, and you can see it is going to download and install React for your project. It is going to download and install. So once it is installed, where you can get the information about the library installed, you can see in your project automatically a new folder is created by name node modules. You can see that here, right? And as a web developer, you know that node modules is the folder which contain all library files. All the library files are kept in node modules. Anything you install with npm, it will automatically go into node modules. So this is a common folder in every traditional websites, web applications. So here you can see package JSON is also there. Go to package JSON, because I need to know which version installed. In the package JSON, you can see the React version 18.1 is installed. That is good, right? Because if any older version is installed, then you have to specifically request that no, I want only 18. How you can request specifically? Actually, npm can install latest version. If anybody wants older version, what they can do is they can run the command like this: npm install react @17. They can try like this. Then what happens? 17 version library will be installed. 17 version library will be installed. If you don't mention, then what it will do? It will install whatever latest stable version is available. Whatever latest stable version is available, it is installed, right? So current latest stable version is 18.1 and it is installed. So this is enough. So we can just run this, and after that you verify in package JSON, right? Another library we need. What is it? npm install. What is it? React DOM. We need another library, React DOM library. That means you see here, we need another library to install. Open the terminal and run the command. Here, what is another one? Here it is npm install. What is it? React-DOM. And you run this, and you can see it is installing React DOM also. Let's check in the package JSON. React DOM is also same 18. So React and React DOM are ready, right? We have to install React and React DOM. We need one more library. Sometimes problem will come. So what you do, why problem will come is, you installed React. After installing, you have suppose somewhere used it, and after that you installed React DOM. Then sometimes what happens is, React DOM is a dependency of React. It will install this again, resets. If it resets, then whatever you have written for that will clean up, and again you have to write. This problem will come regularly. So always better use the flag called save. Always use the flag save. As of now doesn't matter, but later when dependencies are installed, it will reset the library. We don't want to reset the library. Keep it saved and use the same that you have configured earlier. So always use the save plugin flag here, save. Now one more library we need. What is it? Babel. Babel has a lot of things. We don't need everything. We need Babel standalone. So sometimes Babel versions will be changing. We are not clear about which one is this. Then take help of this library npmjs.org. When you go to npmjs.org, here you search for your library. What is it? Babel standalone. Standalone, right? We don't need entire Babel. Babel standalone, and it will get you the Babel standalone. And you see this Babel standalone, it is published 5 days ago, means it is very latest one. That's good, because sometimes the old version will be there and you try to install it, then it will have a conflict, right? So here Babel standalone, you can see this. When you select it, it will show the Babel standalone, how to install @ Babel/standalone. So that is how we need. Actually, you can simply install Babel, but it will give huge library, which is not necessary, right? You have to just use this standalone library. So you have to do one more work here. What is it? npm install @ Babel/standalone. Like this we have to define. That is how we have to install. What is good about installing all the library is you don't need to connect to internet every time to test every page, because CDN links always need connection with internet, right? Here we can keep it offline. You can run your project offline. You can test it offline. Everything you can do. But burden for project. Why? Because if every file is downloaded, it will occupy some space, right? That depends on requirement. You use CDN or you use downloaded library. So here we are downloading this Babel standalone also. npm install @ Babel/standalone. So and save. We are downloading all this. Okay, all three libraries are ready. Means they are all installed. Now we need to use them in our project. Now where the files are present, all the files are present in this node modules. That means the library files, all your library files are copied into a folder, and it is a very common folder known to every web developer, that is node modules. Node modules is a very common thing. Every web designer knows about this folder. All the libraries, that whatever you download, everything present inside this node modules. Okay, so we have node modules and all the files are present here, but you observe carefully. Let's go to node modules. You observe carefully in the node modules. You see there is React DOM. And when I open this React, you see in this React there are two folders, CJS UMD. I hope you know this. If you have learned JavaScript, you know that in JavaScript we have module systems. JavaScript have module systems. That means in JavaScript we use modules, right? If you haven't learned about modules in JavaScript, better have an idea on that. Do some research on that, because here we are going to use everywhere. It is a general concept in JavaScript actually. Module systems, actually JavaScript module systems, so many are there. Means what is a module actually in JavaScript? I will explain a little overview. Why? Because without knowing this, you can't touch React. Actually, a module in JavaScript comprises of set of classes. It contains set of classes. It contains functions. It contains variables. A set of variables, functions, classes, everything kept in a module. A module contains classes, functions, and variables. What is advantage of that is you can import this module in any page and you can use it. That means modules are used for building a library for your application. We build a library for application. Library is built for application by using modules. What is advantage is we can reuse the library anywhere, any location we want. So these modules will not directly work in your page. These modules will not directly work in your page. Actually, you need a module system. That means you need module system. A module system is responsible for running these modules. And JavaScript based module systems, so many are there. We have common.js, we have require.js, we have UMD, universal module distribution, we have AMD, asynchronous module distribution. These are all module systems. If any of these module systems are not running in your machine, then you cannot use modules of JavaScript. That means to use the modules of JavaScript, any one of these module system must be running. You remembered we installed Node.js, na? When we installed Node.js comes with this UMD module system. Node.js by default comes with UMD. Other module systems you have to install manually. You have to install. When we installed Node.js, it is already enabled with UMD. So by using that, we can use this modules. I will tell you one simple example. If you don't have any idea about modules, I will tell you. See, what I am doing is I am showing you just JavaScript concept, a simple JavaScript example. I am creating a new folder. I am giving the name library. I am creating a folder called library. In that folder, I will create here some home.js. That means, or say some index.js. I am creating a JavaScript file. In this JavaScript file, I am configuring. Here I am creating a variable username is equal to some John. And here I am writing a function, suppose hello. And what this hello function have to do? It should return some message hello, and it should access user name. Like this, we return something. Now, this is a module. Every JavaScript file is considered as a module. And in this module, we have a variable and a function. Whatever you declare in a module are accessible only inside this module. They are not accessible outside. If I want to use this module in any another page, and you need to handle these functions in any another page, you have to mark them as export. We have to mark them as export. So we are exporting the function. Every function need not to export. Only the function which you want to use outside this module that needs to export. Compulsory. Otherwise, you cannot access this. Okay. After you defined a module, I want to use this module in a page. For example, I will go to some index page. In index page, so there is, I want to use that module here. How to use the module? First, you have to import. You have to import the script. What is that file name? Script source. Here you don't need to, actually you need to just define script. Here we have to use @. Here we have to use import. We have to import. What to import? We need to configure that here. That means actually this import, that means we have import, we import. @ we will use later. Here import, what is the file to import? The file you have to import is .. because it is present outside. The file library, in that library we have index.js. We have to import this file. In that file, there is a function called hello. we can access that function. What to import? We have to import a function called hello from this particular library. Understood? That means you designed a module. Module contains a function called hello. We are importing that hello, and so that we can use it here. What hello function will do? It is going to return some functionality, right? Now what I will do here, I will just put a paragraph here, okay? And I will access that document dot query selector. I am accessing the paragraph dot inner HTML. I want to display the hello function result. Hello function result. Now, very important here is, this is a module system of JavaScript. When you started learning your JavaScript OOP concepts, this is the first thing you will learn. JavaScript object-oriented programming starts with discussion of modules. After that, classes. After that, methods, class members, class inheritance, polymorphism. These are all JavaScript object-oriented programming. So now this will fail to work actually. You see, it will fail to work here. See, it is not displaying that. When I go to inspect, in the inspect, when I go to console, in the console, it says that cannot use import outside module. That means now we have to tell that this is a module. That means this script is used as ordinary script, but it is not ordinary script. It is a module. We have to define the type as what? Module. If I define the type of module, then this is going to use the module system installed in your computer. Which module system installed in our computer? UMD or AMD or CGS, any module system. And now it can run and work. That means it can display that result. This is general JavaScript, right? That is the reason many people come and start learning React without knowing modules, without knowing functions. Then no, that is not correct. You are not suitable for React. React doesn't teach us you what is a module, how module works. This is all JavaScript, right? But still, because people come without this knowledge of this level of JavaScript, so we have to explain these points detailedly here to the people who don't know. That is the reason it will take some time, right? Actually, for at corporate level, teaching React is just a job of 2 days. Only 2 days. We deliver corporate level training for MNCs, right? For only weekend, 2 days, React finish. For developers, we train only 2 days. 2 days, 5 hours, React finish. Because they are already experts and genius in JavaScript. For them, we need to just explain the architecture and the flow and the components of React. They will wire up everything automatically. These days, we are not conducting weekend batches actually. Before pandemic, we have to conduct weekend ReactJS batches. People fly from Delhi, Chennai, Bangalore, from various locations, come to Hyderabad, stay 2 days here. They finish React in 2 days and go. Come from various companies, because in their locations, the course fees is huge. Huge than their flight tickets, huge than their staying of 2 days here in Hyderabad. Right? That is the reason they come here, they learn and they go. So that means only 2 days enough for a expert developer to learn React. But we take almost 2 months. That is not my fault. That is because of your skill sets. Right? If your skill sets are great in understanding every concept, then it is very fast for a trainer to deliver. If not, they have to explain every part. Their time consume happens. That is the reason we will take consideration, like if you know the topic, we will directly go into it. If you don't know the topic, I will explain and go into that concept. right? That is where little time consumption will happen for us. I hope you will not have any problem in that, right? If any topic of JavaScript you are unknown, you are not exploring it, you don't know, then I will give an idea on that and go forward. I hope you don't have any objection in that, right? Because otherwise you can't handle these complex technologies, right? So people say React is very easy to learn. For the people who are very good in JavaScript, it is very easy to learn. But for the people who are very good in JavaScript, uh, because many people don't know JavaScript modules and everything, and React completely built with modules. It is completely built with modules. Then how you will handle? So the basic knowledge required, so that I will give you here basic thing. What you have seen now is I created a module. In that module we have a function. It's not necessary, it can be a class. You can have a class inside it. Class, suppose product. This product class have a print method. So this print method can print something, and this class is not accessible outside. To make it accessible outside, we have to export. If you want to use this in this module here, we have to import that class also. What is that class? Product. We have to use that class product, right? We can import those modules from that and we can use it here. That means let obj is equal to new product, because it is a class now. That means you can access obj.print method, which is the member of that particular class. This is how we use module systems. That means, why I explained this, because this is under the control of module system. This is under the control of module system. And what are the module systems? We have different module systems like common JS, require, UMD and AMD. You see now so leave it now. Don't worry about this concept. Just know that modules are handled by using module systems. Okay. Now see here, when I go to library now, when I go to library, you see the library in node modules. It is showing React. In that React, there are two options, one CJS, one UMD. That means it is saying that which module system you have in your machine. Based on that, you import the file. That means you can observe CJS is also having CJS. It is having React Development JS, React Production JS. For development, which one we need? For development, which one we need? React Development.js, right? Yeah. 1 second. Right. So here there is in CJS we have React Development.js. This file we need. Observe carefully. In UMD also we have React Development.js. Why we have two files? Why we have two JS files, same name? And which one you have to use? That depends on which module system you have. Which module system you are using. That means according to which module system you are using, we can decide which module system to use. We can decide which module system to use. Actually, for that, we have in JavaScript, we have ESLint actually. ESLint. ESLint is, this is ESLint. You have to configure this ESLint. ESLint. Actually, ESLint is for configuring your JavaScript actually. ESLint is for configuring JavaScript. What happens is this ESLint, if you install, then you can set up which module to use. That means which module system you have to use. You can decide, is it UMD or AMD or CJS? You can decide. For that, you need this ESLint. right? Actually, you have an official website for that, eslint.org. You see, this is eslint, right? In this eslint, it will tell you, that means you can explore everything here. You can explore configuring eslint, right? Configuring eslint, you can see, I told you, this is the configuration package JSON file na? That means on the command line, generally what we have to do is we have to set up this eslint. We have to install. When you install this from the command line, when you install, you see, this is how we need to configure. These are all little bit complex at this level, so I will not go in depth about that. Just I will tell you a point, later we can learn it, right? So what is this eslint? Actually, you see, this eslint is responsible for, you have to install this eslint. When you install this eslint is responsible for configuring JavaScript. That means JavaScript, so many versions are there: ES7, ES8, ES9, ES6. Which version of JavaScript you want to use, which module system you want to use, all will be configured in this file. All will be configured in this file. That is actually ESLint, right? That means it will contain all the information about the configuration. You see, all the rules and configurations are defined here. Later you can learn about this. You can learn about this. That means if anybody asks like question like, where do I decide which module system to use, where do I decide which JavaScript version to use, that is decided in ESLint. ESLint. In React project, I will show you where we configure that, right? And which module system to use, that is also decided there, right? As of now, which module system is working in your PC? Because we installed Node.js, so which module system will be working? UMD module system. So which library we have to import? React development from UMD. So let's do that first. So let's go to this page now. You can see home page is using React, right? So what I will do now, let's go to the home page. In the home page, I will remove this now. I will remove all these 3 files. These are all CDNs na? I removed all those 3 files, then obviously output will not be there, right? Okay, let's link one by one. First file, script source is equal to ... because it is outside. In which location? Node modules. In that what? React. In that React, which one? UMD. In UMD, what is it? React development.js. That is the first file. Okay, second. Next, go to the library here. You see now, in that React DOM, in that also UMD, React DOM development.js. Okay, let's keep this one also here. What is it? Script. So what is the script? Source. What is it? It is node modules. Node modules. In that what? React DOM. In that which one? UMD. In that React DOM development.js. This is the file. Previously, we were accessing those files from CDN. We are accessing from CDN. Now we are accessing here. Okay, one more we need. Another one is compiler na? Script source. It is what? Node modules. It is @Babel. In that standalone, in that babel.js. That is the file that is needed for that. We are linking all these here, and you see it is working now. Right, we removed all the CDN links and we used an offline library here. And we downloaded all the library and we are configuring the library in the page and using it. Now it is again working. Hello React is working for us. Right, this time we are getting all the library locally. Let's try one thing. I will remove this UMD. Okay, I will use here CJS. In CJS also, React development.js is there. Okay, here also we will do one thing. What is it? CJS. In that React DOM development.js is there. We are using from CJS, right? It is another module system. We are using that. It's not working. But file is same. Library is same, but the module system is different. The module system is different. This is where you may fail when you are trying. That means I showed you about this file I need. You may be thinking like both are same files only. I will use anything. No, it depends on which module system your project is using. Your computer may have a module system. Every project can have a different module system. Understood? Every project can have a separate module system. You have to configure it. Now, currently we are not configuring. Later we will see where to configure, how to configure, because this is not a complete React application. This is not a React application. It is an ordinary web application. In that one page, we are using React. If it is a separate React application, then we will decide which module system to use. We will decide which version of React JavaScript to use. That we will control there, right? Technically, so now we need to replace this, not CJS. It is from UMD, UMD React development. This is also from UMD, that is React DOM development. Now it is working fine. It is working fine. So yesterday's code is same, no change. What library you are configuring is important, right? Yesterday what we written, the code for 17 and 18 will be the same. Only the point is what files you are including is important. So here what we have to do in the node modules. So we have two types of module systems. So I will give here note is Node.js. Node.js is configured with UMD, Universal Module Distribution, UMD. So hence import library from UMD, not CJS. Yes, that is what you have to do. That means everything is same. Yesterday's project, everything is same. Only one change we have to do in home.html. In home.html, we have to remove the CDN links and put these script files. This is the code. Let me copy this code. So I will copy this code here. This is the code. This is all the code, right? And in this, these are the script files we need. React development. So React development DOM and Babel standard. And for that, you need to install these three libraries. And already I told you, when you are linking the files, order dependency issues will be there, right? That means first it should be React. After that, DOM, not in installation. Installation, you can do anything. But while linking, first React development, after that React DOM development, then Babel, right? If you miss the order, then you will face issues, right? If you miss the module system also, you will face issues. Why they have given CJS? Because some people may be using CJS module system because of their existing environment. So then what they do is, for them UMD will not work. They have to go with CJS. But both files are same, but they are designed for CJS system and this. And very important is, what is the advantage here is, it is going to identify which module system you are using, and based on that it will load. Actually, which module system to use, we can change. So where to change? Note, I given here, right? You can change, you can configure ESLint. Am I right? You can configure ESLint to define two things. One is JavaScript version. JavaScript version is ES6 or ES7 or ES8 like this. And another one is to define module system. To define module system, you can do that. Those configurations can be defined by using this ESLint. Right? So this is basically how we can use React in existing application. That means you can use the CDN links, which I showed yesterday from various websites. One is react.org, another one is Babel. Or you can simply download all the libraries through NPM and you can link them and use them, right? But there is another very important concept. Now the concept is we can build a complete end-to-end React application, a complete React application. So that means now the next point is creating a new React application. That means not using React in existing application, we can create a complete separate React application. Complete client-side React application we can create. So how to create and how do we manage a complete React application? Actually, we can design a complete React application from the scratch. But to do that, you must be expert in React. That means that is the stage that you will learn at the end of React. At the end of React, I will tell you how to build a React application from scratch. That can be done only by the people who have complete idea on React. That is not the first topic, last topic. Currently, what we will do is, first we will learn how a React application looks like, how it works. Once we are good in that, then we can build in any way you want. That means you can create empty, you can use anything you want. Actually, we call this as, actually, see, I'll give a small note before this. The point is, you can build a complete empty. So empty React application by using Webpack. So by using Webpack, you can use this Webpack. So by using the Webpack, you can build a complete React application. You can build a complete React application by using this Webpack. But everything you have to manually define. That means you have to set up the compiler, you have to set up the library, you have to set up the module system, you have to set up the JavaScript version, everything manually. You have to tell from where to pick the startup file, you have to tell from where to pick the script files, everything you have to manually configure. That you can do when you are good with React. So we will not try this in the beginning, we will try this at the end. That means once we are good with React, then we will go with working with React empty application. How do we build? But now we will take a simple React template. React template means it will give all the library installed for you. You have to just add the functionalities, customize according to your requirement and build application. This is how generally everybody have to learn React, right? Once you are good with this, then you can build React with Webpack. What is that advantage is you can use only what you need. Here, what will happen? Lot of things will come which you may not be using every time. But it doesn't matter, right? Later we can build a complete empty application. So how to create a complete React application? Just you have to use the command. That means first step, go to any location on your PC and open location in command prompt. You can open the location in command prompt. Right, open the location in command prompt and so see now what happens. Suppose I open my PC location. Any location, C drive, D drive, E drive, or any location on your PC. And here I open that in command prompt. Now here you have to just run the command npx create React app. And here we have to define the app name, any name for app. I will give the name as React Shopping, like this. You can give any name, right? That means how to create a React application. You have to use npx will work. npx will work only when npm is installed. That means you have to make sure that Node.js is installed. Already we have Node.js now. Already we have Node.js. Make sure that Node.js is installed, right? So then what you can do is you can run this command. So suppose it is D drive or any location, npx create React app and app name React Shopping. That is the app name. That's what we need to configure, right? Already I told you npx is a package manager tool, right? Which is used for installing libraries. Yeah, right. Now hit enter. I will click enter and you can see it is creating a React application for you. It is creating and it is installing all the packages that are required. And you can see it is downloading React DOM and everything for you. Right? It will take a little while. It will deliver everything, including the compiler Babel. Right? Everything, whatever required for a basic React application, it will set up. Now, what we can do is we can later add the libraries additionally we need for project. Initially, it will come with basic, right? And we can run this project and we can see the output. We can do some customizations and everything. We will see that. It will take little while because lot of library has to install and configure for that. Now I will show you the basic process here. How do we run and execute this project? Once the project is successfully created, you can open project folder in editor. Editor is Visual Studio Code. And after that, just to start and run project. So to start and run project, you have to just go to terminal. That means in the terminal, you have to run the command. That means this is the terminal. Terminal contains React Shopping. In this, just you have to run the command npm start. Just run the command npm start to start the project. It will deliver you the initial output. How that output comes, how it is going to work, we will see now. We will see the complete architecture of how this React application works, right? So we are using this now. It is taking little more time. Yeah, it is done. Everything ready. That successfully installed everything for you. Okay, now you can close. Open this in Visual Studio Code. Go to File, Open Folder, and that is in D drive. We have React Shopping, that is the project, and select that folder. And you see the project contains lot of infrastructure. You can see it contains lot of things. And here already you are aware of these three things. No? Already you know this because that is what I showed you earlier. That means, so traditionally every project contains node modules, it contains public, it contains SRC. Yesterday we created them manually, and it contains a package JSON. Internally, so many other things will be there. We will explore all the file system, we will see, but you know basic. Libraries information is present in which file? Package JSON, and all dynamic files are present in SRC, static files are present in public. So, and node modules contains library files, all the libraries. Now you can see here, you can see, just leave it. Later we will explore into the project, right? We will go into the project. So you go here and go open the terminal. This is terminal. And in this terminal, you have to just run the command. So what is the command? npm start. Then what it will do is it will compile your project. It will check, are there any errors in your project? If there are no errors, then it will run. Actually, we just built a project, but we haven't done anything by our own, right? That means ready-made this project contains some information which it will deliver to you. Actually, you have to run the project, and it is running on HTTP localhost, and 3000 is the default port number. Later you can change the port numbers, you can change everything, right? I will show you those process. By default it uses the port number 3000, right? Here the project is ready. Once you start, the project is running, and you see it is ready. It is ready. The project is ready. This is the initial screen you are watching. And you know, as a general developer, whenever a project starts, whatever the output comes to you, it is coming from which page? The output that you are watching then generally comes from which page? Index page, index.html. That is the startup page now. Yesterday we created that manually, right? Index.html. So this is coming from index.html. This is coming from index.html. Whatever output you can see, it is coming from index.html. Let's go to index.html and see where we can find index.html. In public folder, go to public folder, there is index.html. In this index.html, you can see in the body section, there is only one div. Then how come this div is getting so much output? Right? How come the div is delivering this much output? Right? Only div is there. There is nothing else. And you can see that in index page, you have some links only. There is no official some scripts involved. There is only just some links only. There is no scripts involved. No scripts involved. And you know the meaning of this no script. No script is an HTML element which verifies whether JavaScript is working or not. Right? No script is an HTML element to verify whether JavaScript working or not. If JavaScript is not working on your browser, then automatically this message will come. This message will come. For example, if I go to Edge settings, Edge :/ settings. In the Edge settings, I search for JavaScript. I'm searching for JavaScript settings in Edge. You see JavaScript is allowed currently. I will block JavaScript in my browser and I refresh here. You can see JavaScript is blocked. Then this message will come. This is the message delivered by the tag no script. You learned in JavaScript, right? In JavaScript, you learned how to verify JavaScript is working on browser or not by using no script. And if JavaScript is not enabled, then your React will not work. It is compulsory to that JavaScript is enabled. Let's enable JavaScript now. And again, it is working fine. It is working fine. But the point here is from where this entire output is coming. From where this entire output is coming. That is the hierarchy we need to understand. Where the output is coming. Actually, it's very simple to understand. See, for example, whatever you are requesting, it is coming from index.html. But you saw that index.html contains a div, and that div have an ID called root. That div have an ID called root. Now, In that div, how much this information is coming, right? Lot of information is coming. As we already discussed, React is component based. React, Angular, all these are component based. That means actually you have a index.js. We have index.js. And you know that these JS files you can find in SRC folder. Na? You can find in SRC folder. We have index.js. This index.js will decide what to be rendered inside this document. But very important, you have to design components. We have to design components. So like login component, like register component, like header component, like this we design components, like home component, like contact component, like this. By default, every React project comes with a component called app. By default, every application comes with an app component. This app component is being used. That means we don't have all these components. Currently, only one component is present. What is it? App. This app component is used and it is rendered in that root. Understood? This app component is rendered. This app component is rendered into this root. Usually what this app component comes from, that means app component related all logic comes from app.js. App.js contains all the logic. That means every component contains HTML, it contains styles, it contains logic. Every component, detailedly we will discuss about components, and don't worry. I am just giving an overview of the cycle. Right here, we are going to learn what is component, how it is designed, how we deliver this to the page. Currently, I am explaining our project default structure. You see, the app component is designed with the markup. This component is given to index, which is rendering that into root. So now tell me, where do I make the changes to see the output of main page? In the output, if I want to change this output, where to make the changes? This page is index page, but the output is not index. It is coming from which component? App component. Na? App component logic is present in app.js. So what you have to do now? Go to, where is it? SRC app.js. In this, you can see lot of things are there. I will simply clean up everything present inside it. Clean up everything present inside it. Just put a heading. And here you write that welcome. So welcome to ReactJS. Like this I am giving. And I will save this and that is updated here. That means whatever the output you are watching, that is rendered. And observe carefully. This is the app component. It is a general function, right? This we are going to learn detailedly. See the index page, index.js. You see index.js is importing that app component. It is importing the app component and you can observe that it is creating a root. We created yesterday. Na? This root is what? It is accessing root. Root is nothing but div ID. Right, it is accessing the div ID. That right into the div, it is rendering which component? App component. That is what we done in our yesterday example. In yesterday example, we rendered a simple heading or we rendered a simple text. Right. So here it is rendering entire component into it. And this component may contain anything. So welcome to ReactJS. So this is app component, something like this we designed, and everything will be updated there. So now our responsibility is to learn how to create components, how to design an application using components. When you look at a page, suppose we have Netflix. This is designed with ReactJS. Netflix is designed with ReactJS. Now you can see in this, you have a lot of components. This top is header component. This is main component. This is register component. This register component is repeating again. This is called accordion component, you know, that is accordion component. That means entire application is built with components. Now we will try to build this page. Right, we will try to build this page. We will see how we can design a page like this with the concept of components. For that, you have to learn so many things. First, you have to learn what is component, how to design component, what are the rules for designing component, right? How to use Bootstrap, how to set up styles, everything. It's not like first day you will build Netflix. Right, you first have to know a lot of things about our target is this. That means I will guarantee that after 2-3 days you will design this. Right, after 2-3 days of React, now you will able to design this page. We will design it. We will design it in the class itself. You can continue that extensions. Right, but for that you need to clearly understand how the project is going to work. That means we will learn about every file in the project. We will discuss the flow of project. We will learn how to build the components that we will see in tomorrow's session. Right? Today you can try up to this. Right? In tomorrow's session, I will give you detail about the architecture of React application. How React application works, what are the configurations and everything. Then we can build our own components and use them. Okay, tomorrow we don't have session, right? Because these are the demos. So tomorrow, every Saturday we have session, but tomorrow we are not having the session. Again, our session will be on Monday, right? Every weekend we will have sessions. Saturday we will have, but during the demos we will ignore that. And on Monday we will have the session, right? Our next session will be on Monday. And Monday we will discuss more about this project, detail about the project. Okay, right.